Hello, everybody. I am Omega Recon Gaming, and Happy New Year. Well, I'm debating on when I want to put this out, but I guess it's already New Year. So, welcome to 2022. Weird. I know. Every year it's weird when you have to hear it for the first time. Honestly, this year for me was a blur. Uh, Games came out. I either hated them or liked them. Anime came out, and I, you know, I didn't watch as much anime as I did last year. Like, considerably, I watched less. I've been having health issues, and scares and stuff. So, in general, that's part of the reason why you've been seeing my face less and less, um, and why my streaming's been so infrequent. Um, anyway, with that out of the way, this year came down to a tough list. Um, to be honest, I made some last minute changes to a lot of the stuff, so some of this stuff has some updates on my feelings. Um, but let's get started with the honorable mentions. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, I'm gonna go through them quickly. So, Chris Tales. I don't have a physical copy, so I can't show the box. I did not finish this one. I did like, however, I did like the story, time travel mechanics, artwork, soundtrack, gameplay for the most part. But I had some problems with some parts of the gameplay, like when I clearly put in an input and it just didn't work sometimes, and it's just infuriating. And not to mention the loading time being unexcusably pathetic, considering of what kind of game it was. Like, they must have optimized it completely poorly, because it's so slow. Like, what reason does it have to be so slow? Far Cry loads faster, and the world is huge, and there's so much to load in. It's just infuriating. Anyway, so it's just a very poor look for an end stage PS4 game. I think it was released on PS5. I'm not 100%. I'd have to look that up. But my point is that it did a lot of good things, and that's why it stuck with an 8 out of 10. I just couldn't finish it, which is not a good sign. However, it did good enough for me to give it a score. I was also pretty rushed at the time, so frustration amount with lack of amount of time, and I just had to move on. But I did have a good time with it, so let's move on. This is gonna piss some people off. Spider-Man Miles Morales. So, our first, well, it started out on PS4 and then got moved to PS5. Miles Morales' first outing by himself. And it's okay. Solid 8 out of 10. It's another Spider-Man game. That's all I can say, really. Kind of just ended. I mean, it was good, but didn't really, It's such a shame, because, it could in no way compare to the first game of Spider-Man series. And even they include a remaster for this edition. They include a remaster of the Spider-Man game. So it's well, it's not fair to compare it when they literally give you the other game, and it's a remastered version. When the game came out a year ago, which a little weird. Um, with all the DLC and everything, that's great, and I love that. And I'll play that eventually. Maybe I'll do that for like another stream. But my point being is that it's hard not to compare them, especially when it's so fresh in my mind. Maybe they should have waited a year or two. But then I don't know, like, it kind of just exists. I probably will never touch it again. So, great job, Miles. You just exist. Just, honestly, it's just like his character to me. He just kind of exists. He's not better than Peter. Not even close. You kidding? No. Mm-mm. But he's an okay Spider-Man. That's all I can really say. So finally, we move over to this pick. So this game came out closed in the beginning of the year, and I have strong opinions of it. I like it. I gave it a 9 out of 10, and that was at the beginning of the year. And my opinions have changed. I still play it like constantly, like every day. I'm in an alliance. I have fun. The problem is that the grind is extreme, and it's a mobile game, and I don't feel it was too fair to put a mobile game in comparison to AAA games, or like games that come out physically compared, and I played the game constantly and consistently, but like it's still good. It's still solid. Is it worth still not a 9 out of 10? No, I'd lower it to an 8, maybe a 7 now. But it's still a good game. And I recommend you play it. Definitely, especially if you're a My Hero fan. If you're not, I don't know if I could get you into My Hero, but it's a good game. Definitely a solid gacha game. It can be damn infuriating at times, but that's how gacha games roll. So, okay, so let's get to my top 5. So, Pokemon Snap, or New Pokemon Snap as it's called. Honestly, I'm surprised this exists, because considering how much we had to beg and plead Nintendo to give us a port or something, they finally gave us a remake or a new game or whatever. The point is that it's great. It's a fresh Pokemon Snap game, and it's good. It's an 8 out of 10. And honestly, it's the replayability, and it's just so much enjoyment that I had in it. Honestly, puts it over the fact that I would say definitely play it again. And it's good in bursts, just like the original Pokemon Snap. It's good in bursts, and it's good. Just like the only good N64 game, which was that. Well, and Mario 64, but those two aside are the only two N64 games that I actually enjoyed. Because the controller didn't suck for those two. Any other game, the fucking controller was a nightmare, and I hate it, and it needs to die. Fight me. Okay, so number 4. So entering in the new generation of consoles, we have a game that is, of course, on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. I don't care about the other consoles. uh, um, is the enigma that is Far Cry 6. Yeah, I know, controversial pick here, which it is for some reason, because people are mean. Like, I don't know why people are being so mean to Far Cry 6. It's a solid damn game. It's flawed, but overall, it's pretty damn solid. Story's good, characters are good, gameplay's good for the most part. There's just some bugs that can be ironed and patched out, and like the only major problems that can't really be fixed is pacing problems, and the island's just too big. But aside from that, like everything else can be the problems with the game can be fixed with patches. Yeah. So honestly, I really don't understand what people are so just mean to this. This is exactly what we want in a Far Cry game. It's crazy, over the top, exciting. What's wrong with you people? It's amazing. It's a great send-off to the end of the year. It's fucking great. Yeah, really. That's honestly, it took advantage of the triggers for the PS5, and I love that. I'm really happy about that. I just really like to mention that because it just fun. If more shooting games become out like this, Call of Duty, Battlefield, what are you doing? Both of them sucked. I didn't even. Well, to be fair, I didn't even touch Battlefield, but from what I've seen, it did not. It wasn't. It was so lowly scored that I just was like, nope, 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 nope. My point is that I had fun with Far Cry 6, and honestly, it's probably the best Far Cry game I've played. It's better than 4. It's better than 3, and all the other ones don't exist. Fight me. I mean, really, do you like Far Cry 1 and 2? Like, they haven't even been remastered because who even talks about them? Do they even exist, to be honest? I mean, I know they do, but like, who likes Far Cry 1 and 2? I'm surprised the franchise even got big. It only got big because of 3. Thank God it got to 3 because, like, the way they changed the series up, honestly makes it amazing now. Like, it's amazing to me how much the change in direction just kind of saved the franchise. And yet they deviated from it, but now they've gotten back to it, and hopefully they stick to it, and they continue to make good Far Cry games. Please, 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 please. And don't let those negative reviews deter you. Just polish what you do good and get rid of animal hunting. Forever. Just kill it off. Don't need it. Don't need it. And also maybe take out stealth sections. Please, please, please. They're not needed. Just make the game about over-the-top action. Fuck stealth. Fuck killing the animals for pelts or whatever. But it's not needed. It's really not. Anyway. So let's talk about what a lot of people probably thought was going to be my game of the year. Scarlet Nexus. Now, Scarlet Nexus. This game came out at the beginning of the year, and I gave it a 10 out of 10. I do not feel it earns that anymore. I feel like it earns a 9, to be honest. Like, because I don't feel like I want to play it again. Even though I really enjoyed it, I just don't feel like I want to go through the long, circuit. Maybe I will someday, but honestly, like, I think I was a bit too nice for the game because I just wanted a really good RPG, and it did very well. Don't get me wrong, it still did really amazing, and I still love the game. Don't get me any wrong at all. But I just don't believe it deserves a 10 out of 10 anymore. Cooler heads have prevailed, and I'm dunking at 1 point. That's all. Debating on what it is, whether it's I don't feel like playing it again, or it's the fact that the story is completely jumbled because they have 2 stories when they should have just been 1. It's the crafting system that can fucking die because it pissed me off. Probably that. And honestly, I really just kind of let that go, and I kind of don't want to anymore. So, there you go. So, with that out of the way, we've come to number 2. Now, it's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. The remaking of Diamond and Pearl. Now, I have memories of Diamond and Pearl, the original. I played it at summer camp, and that's pretty much it. It's fun. Well, because I did the problem is when I was a kid, I very much enjoyed it, but as a kid, I enjoyed a lot of things that I don't now. So I took that with a grain of salt. So I decided to play it I enjoy Platinum a lot more because they add a lot more Pokemon. But honestly, when I play the original Pokemon Pearl and Diamond, it's not that good. I mean, the lack of Pokemon diversity is it's pathetic. The amount of fire types is really pathetic. Honest to God, so bad. And you know me, I love my fire types, but really, it's just so poor. So, among the problems of HMs just being and just other minor problems that just kind of just boil over the story just not being interesting, which still rings true in the remake. I still don't care for the story. However, some of the characters I do like. And, honestly, I just really enjoyed my time with Pokemon. So I'm going to go on a small, because I didn't give it a proper review, so I'm just going to give it a small section here where I go off on it. Here we go. A lot of improvements are made. HMs are been rebranded into the Pokewatch or Poketch or whatever it's called. I don't care. And honest to God, that saves it because I use the Poketch so much more now because a lot of the things are a lot more useful and some of them aren't. Some of the Poketches have been deleted because of their uselessness, which good. And some of them have been good. They've moved the dowsing thing to, well, I think it was already there before, but I don't know why they kept it in the Poketch, but it's fine. And it actually gave me a chance to finally use my Switch's touchpad. A very rare feature for the Switch that it doesn't take advantage of. Don't know why. I mean, when it's the thing that they constantly pushed for the DS and the 3DS and the Wii U. I fucking know. Anyway, that being said, so this is the first remake. Well, no, I'm an idiot. It's the second remake. I'm an idiot. So, but this was not made by Pokemon Company or Game Freak. I'm an idiot. I mean, they probably had some say here and there, but overall, it's very solid. It's extremely solid. I definitely play it again. I love it. Anyways, back to I got derailed. My bad. So, a lot of the improvements from other games are carried into here. But oh, forgot Underground over the Underground got an overhaul, and that was great. So, back to my point. So a lot of the improvements from other games are, in here. So things like adding fairies types and everything. Which let me kill Spiritomb and Garchomp. XP being permanent. Deal with it. The XP share being like XP is given to everybody. I love that that's the default experience now. That all your Pokemon get it makes leveling up so much easier. It's so much better. Oh, thank God. Oh, fuck. It's fucking. As Gordon Ramsay, it's fucking delicious. It's just made me so damn happy. I know my friend hates that, but he can deal with it because that's just how Pokemon is now. Honestly, I think it's for the better. I love shared experience rather than individually leveling up every single. I never want to do that again. That's why I can't really play the older Pokemon games now, because I can't do that. I can't go back to that. It's just inferior. Not to mention, with HMs now gone, I don't have to teach my Pokemon defog. Oh, thank God. I mean, I didn't anyway because fuck defog. But, like, when I played it as a kid, I used defog because I got lost and I didn't use guides when I was a kid. I mean, I did, but not extremely. Kind of just followed the walls and hope I would get to the end. That's why I hated Mount Cornet. But in this game, Mount Cornet was not nearly as bad, and hallelujah. Oh, I mean, it's still a long-ass mountain, but my God, it's so much better. So much better. Also, the Pokedex, like your box being able to be switching Pokemon whenever you want, it's just great. I can basically keep as many Pokemon. Like if my Pokemon start getting low health or like running out of PP or whatever, I can just go or switch in a Pokemon that I need specifically for this situation. I could just go voop, voop. Not to mention just everything, just a lot of things getting an overhaul. What else got an overhaul? They brought back Pokemon and Me Friendship, which it helped save my ass a few times. Knowing a Pokemon's weakness after battling them once. TMs being more available, like in the shop in Vale City, they sell good TMs like Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Hyper Beam, Ice Beam. Just so many good. So many good. Like, that alone just made me just want to scream. I was like, yay! I don't have to hunt them down. I can just buy them. And that's so much better than being stuck with one and I going... Like, even Psychic was among them. Psychic. Yeah. That made me happy. I was like, oh, thank God. That just made me so happy, honestly. Like like, if they weren't gonna do infinite TMs, which they should have, but this is fine too. As long as I can get more TMs, you know, through other means, good. I think that's it. Just overall, like, and just through Pokemon Underground, I was able to get a bunch more fire types. And I was actually enjoying using Infernape now, which in the past I have not. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like really use like Infernape. He's just a monkey. Anyway, but now I've grown much more attached to Infernape. Still not like, well, I still hate probably Emboy the most. Fucking pig. But now I like Infernape now. So, and they honestly should have kept Platinum's Pokedex, but first game I ever got Mew legitimate. So, I mean, besides an event, but now, like, since I played the other Pokemon games on my Switch, I got a Manaphy, I got a Jirachi, and I got a Mew, which, 3 Pokemon that I've never gotten. Well, I've gotten the Jirachi because of, I'm blanking. I cannot remember. Oh, I'm mad now. Point is that I finally have Mew, legitimately. Now I can catch Arceus. Why? I get he's gonna have his own game. I understand that. However, this thing was cut from the final game very abruptly. It would have been cool if people would have gotten to see that. It's actual. I mean, it's available online to see the seed with the Azure Flute and everything. But like, this could have been your chance. I get it. You probably want to give it as an event Pokemon, but like, come on. That would have been like a good way. Whatever. Overall, I just really enjoyed it. I love Pokemon Shiny Pearl. I now like Gen 4. So, dun-dun-dun. I mean, I liked Platinum, so I already like Gen 4, but I like it more now. So, it's not my favorite. Nowhere near my favorite. But, it's good. It's definitely very solid. It's definitely the remake that's fixed. Nope, no, okay, that's Gen 3. Gen 3 made, I don't know, it's pretty close between Gen 3 and Gen 4. The best remakes, because they actually made them extremely fun. I mean, I've always kind of been mixed on Gen 3, but, like, the remake for Gen 3 made it so good. And then the remake for this game made this game so good, so I don't know. I'd have to iron out a tier list later. Possible video for the future. However, it sits at Pokemon Pearl, Shining Pearl sits out at a 9 out of 10. A very well deserved. Could have very well won Game of the Year. But I think we all know which game was robbed of Game of the Year. My number 1 pick is Ratchet and Clank. This game was released for PS5. And only PS5, looking at fucking... It was pretty much my first, like, it was like my first PS5. Yeah, it's my first PS5 game. I'm gonna consider it that because fuck Spider-Man. I did that on PS4, so Ratchet and Clank's my first PS5 game. Anyway, Ratchet and Clank, 9 out of 10. It's an excellent launch title. Looks amazing, plays great. I love the characters. The gameplay is great. I'd play it again. I love it. I love it. It's great. I need to. Should have got a Game of the Year. Insomniac, getting mad good graces again. I mean, Insomniac. You got 2 games in here, which, honest to God, is impressive. I mean, considering the fact that these games came out within such short time of each other, and we're already waiting on another Spider-Man game, which... Honestly, this game's amazing. I love this thing. Honestly, if you have not played this game because you don't own a PS5, fix that. Takes full advantage of the PS5, and I love it. It feels so good. So that's my top 5 this of 2021. What'd you think about it? Actually, I don't care. I have tricked you. No, but actually, what did you think about it? Tell me your top 5 in the below, and I will completely ignore it. I mean, how many YouTubers honestly say that I want to see what they honestly think they want to see what you write in the comments down below? Most of them just say it because they feel they're obligated to. I actually check my comments because I like to respond to people, and so you can actually put it, and I will actually look at it. So, feel special. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a happy new year, and welcome 2022, where hopefully games will be released for PlayStation 5 and not PlayStation 4. Hopefully we will be abandoning PlayStation 4 and the previous generation and move on to the next one, so that the previous generation doesn't hold this one back. But I don't, it's not gonna really hold it back that much, considering how good some PS4 games could look and play, but I'm just being a funny man here. See you guys.